Hi, I'm Melissa Atkins, one of the instructional technologists for Lamar County School District. I had the privilege this summer to attend ISTE 2014 in Atlanta. This is the International Society for Technology in Education's annual conference. And I came back so pumped and energized, and my passion has been rekindled. I wanted to share some of that with you. The ISTE was different this year. It wasn't about the new tech tool. So I'm not going to be sharing a lot of different resources with you. It's more about concepts. What can we do to help students become more passionate learners? How can we get them more engaged? How can we give them more choices? And ISTE was also about connecting to these people that I've been fortunate enough to know through Twitter or through their blogs. And ISTE's little saying, connected learning, connected world, really came through at this conference. So one of the ladies I did get to meet, I got to meet one of my idols, Vicki Davis. We were on the shuttle bus to the convention. Her Twitter handle is Cool Cat Teacher. She's one of the ones I follow, but I actually met her, and she actually presented. And she said instead of taking away 100 things or so many of these new ideas that you hear about from ISTE, that would be too overwhelming and you'd be unsuccessful. Just take 3. Pick 3 things that you can take home from ISTE and implement immediately. So I wanted to share my 3 things. And I'm also going to tell you that too. Don't try everything in the world. Pick 3, start small, and go from there. Yes. All right, my 3 things. Number 1, digital storytelling. Number 2, Genius Hour. And number 3, flipping that classroom or blended learning. So real quick, Steve Dembo gave an awesome presentation on digital storytelling. His presentation gave so many ideas, so many tools in order for this to happen. And the main points were, let's give students choices on how they show us, how they express what they've learned or what they know. Give them the opportunities to make multimedia type projects instead of that piece of paper or that poster board. Give them those choices. You still grade it the same way. If they don't know the content, no matter how creative the project is, they don't know the content, they don't pass, they don't master it. So you've got to remember that. You still grade it for content. Here is his website, the shortcut to his presentation. It's on a Prezi, another presentation tool. But you've got to watch it. Not all of it. Just flip through it. He's got a lot of YouTube videos in there. In fact, it was called Storytelling for the YouTube Generation or something like that. He go through it, see the dating game. It's something very simple that kids can do in iMovie or wherever. And he also introduced me to the GOAT songs, so look for those too. Genius Hour, which is based on Google's 20% time, where they give Fridays. Fridays are available for their employees to work on a passion project, something that they can develop that would benefit Google, but it's their passion project. It's something that they want to learn about. Genius Hour does the same thing. We need to learn how, and we need to start incorporating our students' passions into their learning to help them become passionate learners. We also need to incorporate our passions outside of school passion. Incorporate those things into our lesson so you can be a role model as to what a passionate learner is. So a Genius Hour, letting students learn and about what they want to learn about in different contexts. One of them said, what Erin Klein said is with her 2nd graders, she teaches them the standards. She says, okay, this is what we're going to learn. And then they actually have input as to how they're going to learn it, the content that they're going to learn those standards, that they're going to take care of those standards. So giving the students input into the topics when possible, that can happen. She also, with her little 2nd graders, does expert projects. They're not required. They're done at home. It's like a show and tell. She gave us an example of one of her students who knows how to play the violin. She came and taught about the violin to her class, just like a show and tell time. But these passion projects are family projects or just at home. They're not required, they're not graded, they just are there. So students have that opportunity to express what they're passionate about. Again, letting them have choices, not just on how to express, but what they're going to learn. And then flipped learning is where we all need to start going. Flipped learning is a form of blended learning where some of the content, some of the instruction is done online or in some other digital format, and then the rest of it is done in face-to-face interaction in the classroom. What I call rewindable learning goes along with the flipping your classroom. We've got to give our students those resources. We need to videotape ourselves, even if they're not perfect, like this isn't. We need to video ourselves, teaching the lessons, and providing those resources through our YouTube channel, through our school wires, through something. That way the students have access to it anytime at home, anytime on their own time. Our parents might learn how we're doing things in the classroom that way too, giving them access to, oh, no more excuse of this wasn't how I taught it. I learned it. So rewindable learning, flipping your classroom, blended learning, those are all new terms possibly for you. I even got to meet the author of this book, and they signed their newest book too, John Bergman and Aaron Sams. Flip your classroom. So in a nutshell, yes, I'm super pumped for this year. I'm hoping you'll use me and come to our, I want to call them sandbox sessions, to where we start playing with some of these tools and ideas and start incorporating. Remember, we're not going to be perfect. This is going to be our growth year.